Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today doing a wee scouting analysis video for a player who is said to be back on Celtic's radar. A player called Hugo Bueno, 21-year-old, plays for Wolverhampton Wanderers in the English Premier League. He is primarily a left back, and you may remember right at the very end of the winter transfer window, on the last day or so, it looked like Celtic were trying to arrange a loan for Bueno for the remainder of the season. However, Wolves chose to hold on to him, seeing him as an important squad player to cover the rest of their season this year. However, it looks like Celtic are back in negotiations with Wolves regarding a deal in the summer. Not certain at this time whether that's going to be a season-long loan with a view to buying him at the end of the loan, or whether it is a straight transfer. But it does look like Celtic are very, very keen to pursue Hugo Bueno as a left back option for next season and in the longer term. So, because he is back in Celtic's radar with a view to a loan and/or transfer this summer, thought I would have a wee look at him, look at the available highlight reels online, and have popped in some extracts of highlight reels for you to have a look at. Then we'll have a chat about his stats and a wee analysis of how I see him as a player. And there's a couple of wee minor news stories regarding Celtic just to round up to finish off today's video. So hopefully you enjoyed those couple of minutes or so of Hugo Bueno's highlights for Wolves in the last couple of seasons. He also was in action for the Wolves side that lost in the FA Cup quarter-final, with him having scored actually the second goal for Wolves that day. Now, just looking again at Hugo Bueno's stats, as I said, he's 21 years old, 1 under 21 cap for Spain, 5'11", so that compares very nicely with other options Celtic have been looking at, such as Owen Beck, and is 4 inches taller than our current left back, Greg Taylor. And it has been felt that Taylor's lack of height has been a factor at several goals against Celtic this year, as has been a wee bit of lack of pace for Greg Taylor recovering when he's been further forward, or pace to cover speedy wide players or players cutting inside him. He's been at Wolves actually since 2020, making his debut in 2022 for Wolves. This season, he has had 17 appearances with 1 goal, and of those 17 appearances, 5 have been starts and 12 off the bench. In his whole 2 years career in the Wolves first team, 40 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, and over that time, 22 starts and 18 as a sub. And so it's quite clear this season he's kind of fallen behind to be more as the backup left back rather than the starter at left back for Wolves. Wolves do seem keen to keep him in their squad and have recently given him a 5-year contract. However, the inside stories are that Bueno is very keen to move on and get regular first team football to further his career. At this point, it's not clear whether he's looking for a season-long loan at another English Premier League club or Championship club or in Scotland, or whether he's looking for a more permanent move. Either way, I think Celtic would be benefit either way. Currently valued at £6 million, which, given his skills and stats, does seem quite reasonable. Looking at his actual defensive stats for his couple of years in the English Premiership, does score very highly in terms of things such as tackles, interceptions, clearances, and actually has very good stats for winning the aerial challenges as well as challenges on the ground, and also has good stats for passing accuracy. Now, looking at the actual highlight videos and having watched him here and there on matchday highlights, such as on BBC's Match of the Day, etc., he does appear to be a player very good in the tackle, very strong tackler, also excellent skills at anticipation, cutting balls out, very good closing down speed, be it to intercept the ball or to challenge the opposition players. Good in the air also, has good ability for crossing and dead ball situations like corners. And one of the things that really impressed me from watching that highlight reel was he does seem to have great pace with the ball at his feet, able to drive down the wing to make a good final pass into the box. Also covers both left back, left wing back, and left midfield, and so would actually be a good player to use both as a conventional left back, but also using him in the inverted fullback role, which Greg Taylor very often adopts for Celtic. So I can see an awful lot of positives in signing Hugo Bueno for Celtic. I think he would be both a good option for a season-long loan with a view to buy at the end, or if Wolves were willing, I think a transfer fee of £6 million would be entirely reasonable for a player of his age, skills, and stats so far. does strike me as being very similar in many ways to Owen Beck, the Liverpool player playing for Dundee, who also is said to be on Celtic's radar for the summer. And unlike Thiago Arojo, who seemed to be the flavour of the month for a while in terms of Celtic left-back options for transfer, he has very good skills as a defender, good skills pushing forward into midfield, and good skills in the final third, whilst Arojo seems very much an attacking left wide player who was being used as a fullback. I think Hugo Bueno is an all-round package for a left back, and I think it would be great if Celtic could pursue him either for a 1-year loan or as a permanent transfer. And we'd love to see what you feel yourselves, so do feel free to do your own research on Bueno. There are quite a number of other little videos through Wolves and through football TV channels on YouTube that also give good background to Hugo Bueno if you haven't seen him much before. And before we crack on with the last wee minute or two, please do, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Do consider clicking that subscribe button. Cheering me up no end in my recovery from pneumonia. Apologies again for any hoarseness or croaky voice, which is said to be likely for another 7-10 days, according to the specialist in the hospital when I was in there. Also, do consider clicking that like button and the comment button as well if you want to add your own thoughts regarding Bueno or other options Celtic could look to for the left back role in next season onwards. A couple of the other wee bits of news, as I was saying, a couple of our players were in under 21 duty yesterday. Paulo Bernardo captained the Portuguese under 21 side to a 4-0 win over the Faroe Islands in the under 21 qualifiers. Odin Thiago Holm came on as a second half sub in Norway's 2-1 win over Holland at under 21 level, and both were said to have played very well. And Maeda was due to be playing for Japan in a World Cup qualifier away in North Korea. North Korea have asked for that game not to be played in North Korea and for it to be played at a neutral venue. At the moment, the Japanese FA and FIFA have not rearranged the match, and so it's thought at this time the likeliest thing is the game will be cancelled and rearranged at a future point, and that Maeda will be coming home early from his Japanese international duty, which of course is excellent news for Celtic, as it will keep him injury free and also gives him an extra few days to recover from jet lag, etc., flying back from the Far East. No other bits of Celtic news at the moment. A number of our players will be playing in international matches over the weekend, and so we'll update regarding those as and when the games have been played. So for today, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Do feel free to pop your own comments regarding Bueno into the comment section, and if you haven't already, do think about clicking that subscribe button. So for today, goodbye and hail, hail.